Greetings everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's LtBuzzLitebeer, and I wanted to apologize for the lack of content. As some of you may know, YouTube is not my full-time profession. I love it. I love creating content and conversing with my viewers, but when my IRL job projects hit crunch time, I have to sacrifice the uploads. But now everything is submitted, we are good to go for the next few days, and I am back, and just in time because we've got a lot to discuss. Because there is shocking, at least it was for me and probably for many of you, sales numbers for Starfield and the myths and theories that seem to have evaporated with this one. There's also some big shakeups over at Bethesda, and we need to look at the most recent because that could affect Elder Scrolls 6. And I've got some odds and ends to throw out there as well, including some mentions of CyberPunk 2077, so stay tuned for that one. As always, a huge thanks for tuning into my Starfield Bethesda uploads. I'm still logging hours in space, and will continue to post these as long as you keep enjoying them. In case you haven't done so already, please hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. The channel just hit 175,000 subs a few days ago, and 200K is way off in the distance, but we can just now start to see it. Likes, comments, shares are greatly appreciated. Chapters are always available for a smooth and easy viewing experience. And here we go. Okay, let's kick this one off with the big news that Starfield has sold very well for Microsoft and Bethesda, and I was honestly shocked to see just how well it has performed. We haven't really seen or heard much out of the studio or Xbox since this previous announcement back on September the 19th when it was revealed that Starfield had passed 10 million players. But with this most recent report from Circana, formerly the NPD Group, we can see that, at least based on dollar sales in the US, Starfield is sitting at the top spot. That's right, number one. And this is a big deal, besting strong competition from Mortal Kombat, EA Sports Football Club 24, formerly FIFA, and other heavy hitters as well. Now, in tandem with the September sales rankings, Circana also published the year-to-date rankings, and Starfield, despite only being on sale for what was effectively a month, is already placing at the number 7 spot, with Mortal Kombat, number 2 on the September rankings chart, showing up at number 8, so just behind Starfield here for the year-to-date rankings. Looking over this chart, Hogwarts was of course number 1, launched in February. Zelda, number 2, launched in May. Madden, a huge franchise, launched in mid-August. Diablo 4 in mid-October. Modern Warfare 2 2022 still in the top 5 for 2023 despite launching in late 2022. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which I thoroughly enjoyed playing but was conflicted over due to the terrible PC port, launched April 2023, and then Starfield with 1 month of sales slotting in at number 7. And these sales numbers, first off, were shocking to a lot of people, me included, because I knew Starfield was selling well, but not on this scale. Xbox needed to hit it big with Starfield, and clearly they have. Say what you want about the game's design, love it, hate it, indifferent. It has sold a lot of copies and generated a lot of money, despite the public bashing that being released on Xbox Game Pass Day 1 and the fact that it was an exclusive title would kill the game on arrival. There's a million different ways to interpret the data, PC sales, etc., but if anything, this will further embolden Xbox to add even more Day 1 releases to the Game Pass model. Switching over to Bethesda news, and this past week has seen a few long-time Bethesda team members decide to move onwards to new adventures. Now, first of these was Pete Hines, head of publishing at Bethesda, who after 24 years has decided to retire. And I know there was some speculation flying around out there with Uncle Pete and Starfield. Maybe the game sales and launch of Starfield had something to do with his departure. I mean, who knows? There actually could have been some clause or discussions behind the scenes when Microsoft acquired BGS. Maybe a sweet severance package was put on the table, which I think we're going to see a lot more of at the corporate level due to the A.B. King acquisition, Bobby Kotick being one of those. But I read this Pete Hines departure as nothing more than someone who's ready to try out something new and or relax. Now, the second departure, coming hot on the heels of Pete Hines, was that of Will Shen, lead quest designer on Starfield, 15-year employee at Bethesda, and lead designer on what is arguably some of Fallout 4's best content, Far Harbor. Like Hines, Shen left on good terms and apparently had a new gig already lined up, joining Something Wicked Games as the lead content designer on its first game, the open-world RPG Weird Song. Now, in case you aren't familiar with Something Wicked Games, it was founded in 2022 by Jeff Gardner, a former Bethesda producer on games like Skyrim, Fallout 3 and 4, along with other former Bethesdaites, Charles Staples from Fallout New Vegas, and Ekram Rashid from Elder Scrolls Blades. Now, in terms of what this means for Bethesda moving forwards, I mean, anytime you lose someone that has been that involved in the development process, clearly has talent, clearly has creativity, and so on, of course, that's going to be a big loss for the studio. But Starfield's launch seems to have provided team members who wanted to try out new things to flex their ideas and flex their passion in different ways. Starfield has given them the opportunity to make that move, to get that clean break before getting into Elder Scrolls 6, which is going to take years to develop. Whereas the first two, Pete and Will, were already known about and reported on, Kurt Kuhlman, the latest longtime dev team member to leave Bethesda, has only recently become public, only first being discovered when someone saw his post to his LinkedIn page from a few weeks ago. Kuhlman is a lesser-known figure than the other recent departures, but he had been with Bethesda for 20-plus years, and fans of the Elder Scrolls know his name. He was one of the lead designers on Skyrim, Redguard, Daggerfall. Basically, this was the Elder Scrolls lore brain. Well, he's now become a free agent. And again, the confidence is there that Bethesda can deliver another Elder Scrolls adventure, but how do you replace someone that was there from the start and began the cosmology of the modern format of the Elder Scrolls? How will Bethesda respond when some of these key, old guard, OG originators have moved on? I guess we will see sometime in the next few years with Elder Scrolls 6. Switching gears, and we just recently got to see this extended Xbox Wake Up and Dream, Power Your Dreams trailer, clocking in at just over 3 minutes, and there's a lot here to unpack, with most of the emphasis being placed on the featured titles, those being Hellblade II, Forza Motorsport, recent acquisition Call of Duty, of course Starfield, and CyberPunk 2077, leading some to speculate that CD Projekt Red was next on the Microsoft spending spree of acquisitions. I think I'm pretty accurate here when I say that this will not be happening, at least based on previous statements by CDPR and from my understanding of their financial agreement with the Polish government. More than likely, CyberPunk being featured so prominently in the trailer has to do with the long-running marketing agreement between Microsoft and CDPR and nothing more. Then again, who knows? Anything is possible, but this feels like a total long shot that an acquisition deal could ever be struck. And while we're on the topic of the new trailer, check out this presentation on the Las Vegas Sphere as they prepare for TwitchCon starting today. All the heavy hitters are featured in this high-tech presentation, and the level of innovation and staging for this event seems to be hitting an all-time high. If you happen to be attending TwitchCon, let me know in the comment section below. I, of course, have significant interest in anything Starfield related, and Ark Survival Ascended, which is being staged at the Noise booth. That's Noiz. Let me know if anything juicy, and my DMs are always available. And let's finish this one up on the lighter side, as senior IT manager Alex Brandt wanted to play Starfield in a truly unique way, and boy, did they pull it off. Check this out, as Brandt has managed to stuff a working prototype setup into the Starfield Chronomark watch case using a Raspberry Pi, which is a low-cost computer, about the size of a credit card, batteries, and a custom printed insert. Wow. The amount of ingenuity and creativity in the Starfield community just blows my mind. I said it when I created those epic Starfield community ships and then tested them in my last upload. What you ladies and gentlemen do out there with your game-inspired creations is just insane. And so, Yeah, let me know your thoughts on anything Starfield related, especially those sales charts. I look forward to reading your feedback in the comment section below. Also, expect another Starfield game update in the very near future, possibly later today. I'm seeing a lot of action on the back end, and updates are normally 12 days apart, with the last one occurring on October the 9th, so we are due for another one of those. Remember to hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. Likes, comments, shares are always appreciated. All my socials can be found in the comments section below. Shout out to the now over 175,000 of you that have stuck with me, and a special thanks goes out to my patrons and to those of you sending over those much appreciated YouTube super chats. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer signing off.